Building evacuation may be necessary for a number of reasons. Often there is little time to make a decision to evacuate. If in doubt, get out. Evacuations are required for fires, gas leaks, chemical spills, and immediately following an earthquake. Please take the time to locate the nearest emergency exit in case of an evacuation. In the event of an evacuation, the Student Fitness Center will evacuate to the quad on the south side of the building. McCormick Hall will evacuate to the north parking lot next to Rambo House. In the event of an evacuation during severe or adverse weather, the Student Fitness Center will evacuate to the DeGarmo first floor lobby. In the event of severe or adverse weather, McCormick Hall will evacuate to the State Farm Hall of Business first floor lobby. Following an evacuation, the Student Fitness Center at McCormick Hall must receive the all-clear status before the building can be occupied again. ISU Environmental Health and Safety or ISU Police Department will be the ones to provide the all-clear status, which will allow the reoccupancy of the facility. We will now look over the emergency exits on the McCormick side of the building. Exit P is located on the east side of the building and exits straight out into the quad. Exit Q is located next to Office 153 in the stairwell located on the southeast side of the building. Exit R is located on the south side of the building and leads out right next to the State Farm Hall of Business. Exit O is located in the Exercise Physiology Lab through the Cardiovascular Assessment Room. Exit N leads out the south side of the building. Exit S leads out the south side of the building and exits right onto the parking lot near Rambo House. Exit L is in the Biomechanics Lab and exits straight out the west side of the building. Exit T can be found while coming down the stairwell on the west side of the building. Finally, Exit K exits out the west side facing the Student Fitness Center. In case of fire, please pull the nearest fire alarm. Evacuate the area according to the evacuation plan. Call 911 as soon as it is safe to do so. Make certain that you are prepared to give the following information: the location of the fire, the cause of the fire, and if there are any injured persons in the area. Use fire extinguishers for small fires only. And when possible, close doors to fire to contain the fire or smoke. Please take note of the AED locations on both floors of the building. It is also important to recognize where the closest fire extinguisher is to your classroom or area of work. There are times when the SFCM will become a shelter-in-place. This will occur during a tornado warning, an active shooter on campus, or possibly during a person with weapon ICU emergency report. A shelter-in-place allows guest shelter in the SFCM and prevents others from entering the building during this time. When a shelter-in-place occurs, the SFCM will be locked down and no one will be allowed to enter the building. During a thunderstorm, guests can continue working out in our facilities. we cannot require guests to remain in the facility. They may leave at their own risk. Be conscientious of weather. Severe weather may cause power outages. The pool does not close for thunderstorms or lightning. Should the power go out, emergency lighting will turn on. A tornado watch means weather conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes or tornado-like activity. A tornado warning means a tornado has actually been sighted in the area. During a tornado warning, the SFCM becomes a shelter in place. During a tornado, we cannot require guests to remain in the Student Fitness Center. However, those that do remain must remain in designated areas. Our facility manager, Claire, will now show you the tornado shelter locations on the McCormick side of the building. Be sure to find the tornado shelter signs located throughout the building. These will guide you to the closest tornado shelter location. Now Claire is going to show us the tornado shelter locations on the Student Fitness Center side of the building. During an earthquake, if you are outside, remain outside. If inside, remain inside. If you are inside, hide beneath a desk or table if possible, covering your head with your arms. If unable to hide beneath something, stand in a doorway as a brace. When the shaking ends, evacuate the building using the emergency evacuation plan. All guests must also evacuate. When dealing with a hostile intruder or active shooter, it is imperative that you remain calm. Your safety and the student's safety are the main priorities. Call 911 as soon as you are sure it is safe to do so. As a general rule, do not approach a person who has a weapon. Use the techniques of get out, hide out, and take out. If there is an accessible escape path, attempt to evacuate the premises, but be sure to have an escape route and plan in mind. Evacuate regardless if others agree to follow. Do not sound the fire alarm. A fire alarm would signal the occupants to evacuate the building, and thus place them in additional harm as they exit. Individuals must also realize that they need to leave all their belongings behind. Keep hands visible when exiting the building. Call 911 when it is safe to do so. Do not attempt to move wounded individuals, and do not re-enter the area. Take steps to prevent others from doing so until authorities arrive. And finally, be sure to follow the instructions of any police officers. If evacuation is not possible, find a place to hide where the active shooter is least likely to look. A hiding place should be out of the active shooter's view, provide protection if shots are fired in your general direction, and not trap or restrict your options for movement. When hiding, spread out and do not group together. To prevent an active shooter from entering a hiding place, create the most barricades between your current location and the intruder. Some barricades include locking the door, blockading the door with heavy furniture, turning off the lights, and silencing your cell phone. Take action against the active shooter as a last resort and only when a life is in imminent danger. Attempt to disrupt or incapacitate the active shooter by acting as aggressively as possible against him or her. Try throwing items, improvising weapons, or yelling. When attempting to take out the active shooter, be sure to commit to your action. Any hesitation could put you in danger. All emergency notifications will occur over the VoIP phone. You can also sign up for the emergency notification system through your My Illinois State account. Notification of an active shooter on campus will occur through the emergency notification system. Campus Recreation will lock exterior doors to the SFCM. Do not allow anyone from the outside to enter the building. If you are in the Student Fitness Center, Campus Recreation team members will move guests away from any doors or windows. Guests and team members should move into the designated tornado shelter locations. In McCormick, faculty should stay in the class with your students. If you are in a lower level window office, move to an interior space with no windows. Close and lock all doors and turn off the lights where possible. An all clear message will be made over the phone. When a serious or life-threatening emergency happens, respond according to the American Red Cross protocol. Check the victim, call 911 when possible, and care for the victim until EMS arrives. EMS will arrive through door K on the west side of the building. Notify the Student Fitness Center Welcome Desk at 438-PLAY. A Campus Recreation team member will complete an injury report. Even for non-life-threatening injuries, it is important to follow the Check Call Care protocol as discussed before. And once again, please notify the Student Fitness Center Welcome Desk. Please call 911 if you see or suspect any of the following criminal acts: aggressive behavior or harassment, fight, exhibitionism or indecent exposure, off-hour break-ins, theft, or vandalism. Please report all maintenance issues to Connie Shannon. Connie will report all problems to Mike Bastian, and Mike Bastian will submit work orders and be the point of contact for facility services.